Hello, it's Tuesday. Tuesday the, what day is it today? The 3rd? I think it's the 3rd, isn't it? Tuesday the 3rd today. I'm out with Alf. There he is. And we are heading down to London. We've got a couple of bits to do. Stop at the factory. And then we've got to deliver some bits over to the showroom. Possibly pop into a site on the way through, which will be nice for content. And some of you may ask the reason why I often have Alf with me in the van. He's homeschooled, so basically some of the time spent with me is classed as lessons. Isn't that right, Alf?
Yeah.
Did you say so?
Yeah.
And obviously he's taught my way until he's of age where he can make his own mind up on what he wants to do. He'll be learning my trade for the time being, as well as learning lessons on lots of other stuff. What other stuff are you learning, Alf? I know you're doing maths, English. You're doing a bit of science as well, aren't you? Bit of science. Obviously he's hands-on with his firewood business. And what's the other thing you do? You build plant boxes with Grandad. He does lessons with my dad as well, which is joinery, handmade joinery lessons. So we're learning how to use hand tools and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, Alf's busy. He's a busy man. 7 days a week, ain't you, Alf? We'll head down now. We'll get down to the factory. I think we should make the factory the first stop. Yeah, Timber Miller wants us to pop in. He's got a lot of fancy stuff on the go, and he wants us to see some of the shape work that he's been doing. So let's make that the first move. Just filling up the van. We're over in Thetford at the moment. Just been to the depot in Attleborough, where our other depot is. We're currently building that at the moment, so it's got some office furniture and some bits and pieces in at the moment, but we're going to be turning that into a showroom facility, a little bit like the one in London, but it's in an industrial unit, so it's going to be nice to park, pull up. We've got a head office there for accounts and finance, and then obviously we have all of the other bits and bobs going on around it. We'll be displaying stuff, all sorts of sash windows, doors. We might even do staircases up here as well, display them, because there's quite a lot involved in new build up here, and stairs are quite a big thing, so we might get involved in that. So yeah, we're leaving the Attleborough depot, going down towards Thetford, through Essex into the factory. So it should be about 45 minutes, I reckon, and we'll be ready to pull up at the factory, see Timber Miller, and get some bits and pieces filmed up. So on the way down to the factory, I've stopped off to get the van washed. It was absolutely disgusting. It's been on the road a lot, this one. It's my own personal one that I use, and the lads have been in and out of it doing some bits and bobs. I think the team took it down to Cornwall as well to do a delivery, maybe a week or so ago. So yeah, just needed a good scrub, get this done, and get in to see Timber Miller. I'm not sure what he's got for me. He keeps asking me to come into the mill though, so he must have something special to show us. Either that or it's new tools. I don't know. So when I walk in, it will be a surprise to me too, whatever it is that we've got going on. I just want to showcase what we're doing in volume. Alf's with me as well. There he is. You alright, boy?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, about 10-15 minutes I'll be in the mill, and we'll see what's going on. We'll have a little look around all the departments and try and get Tommy on the mic and see what he's got to say. We're just putting in the yard, see what's going on. So yes, I've just pulled up at the yard. Everything's looking tip top. The tipper wagon that's being loaded with all just the general waste of the factories and the installation jobs. We've got the van I'm using at the moment because my truck's in being serviced and having some body work done, and then we have the new Luton here as well. We're just waiting on some graphic designs for this one, so this is going to be designed and sign written. We're not too sure what sort of sign writing we're going to do with it yet, so it's kind of it's being used here and there for bigger jobs, but we're just sort of waiting on what that's going to be, and we'll share them designs with you. We might even do a poll on it to see what you guys think is the best design to do for that van, and then obviously all the other bits of fleet and stuff are over there. Let's have a look inside and we'll see what the boys are up to. Forklift's just inside at the minute. It's a little bit drizzly, so we bring that in. We've got a load of sills here, all prepped. Box ash windowsills. Jack's just on the tongue and tenon. So on this process, we cut the sill to length overall. Then on the same pass, it produces the groove for the pulley styles. And when it produces that, it also gives us the daylight width of the window. Obviously this is a pulley head, but it's the same section as what the pulley style will be. So that fits in there lovely. And that's all, and that's cut to length as well, so it cuts the length of the head and produces a groove in the same pass. All we do is we lift the machine up a little bit for the depth difference between the sill and the head. So that's what's happening with these sills here. These heads are for a different job, they're for an Akoya job. And the machine that we're using to do it is this tongue and tenon. It's a 4-head machine, so it will cut the job to length on the first saw. On the second head it will produce the groove, and then on the third head over there, if we were doing scribes for like a sash section, it will produce the scribe as well, all in one pass. It's got a pneumatic clamping system, so everything gets clamped down with pneumatics. It's a pretty good machine, to be fair. We love it. We absolutely love it. It's been there for probably 12 years, and at some point we will upgrade it, but at the moment it's working absolutely fantastic. The beauty of having Timber Miller back is all of our cutters and all of our tips are absolutely on point. Every single one is sharp, they're all well maintained, and to a very, very high standard. Obviously tips are tungsten, so they're fully disposable. This one here is being changed over today because we've picked up a little bit of damage on the edges. I don't know if you can see that on the video. Picked up a little bit of damage, and this is normally caused by either staples in the timber from the timber yards or stones and gravel and bits and pieces in the packs of timber where they've been dropped or handled in rough yards. It's very difficult for us to see before we do the milling because sometimes it's embedded inside the actual body of the timber, but it causes us untold damage, and yeah, it's all about maintaining these
blocks. We've got loads of different stuff, loads of different cutters, heads. This is all of our used blades. We keep hold of them because we use them for scraping down jobs and bits and pieces. Plus there's a good scrap value on this because it's high grade tungsten. Let's see if we can speak to Timber Miller without any swearing. How's it going?
All good, mate.
All good?
Got a load of sashes to go through the moulder.
What we got? How many? What?
I think we've got 22 pair, 2 jobs.
Right, 22 pair of sashes.
Yeah, all the sashes for the boxes that Jack's doing.
So when we say pairs of sashes, what we mean is the sliding parts to the boxes, which are what you can see that gentleman over there with. That's a sash. So each box has 2 in it, a top and a bottom. So what is this? Is this double glazing?
Double glazing, yeah.
Beveled. So it's a beveled external mould, which you can. I'll show you the section it produces. It's basically this here. So it produces a rebate and a mould and planes all 4 edges in one pass. Whether it be sapele, Akoya, softwood, any timber species, it'll mill it in one go. From sawn. We do tickle the edges of the timber on the planer just to make sure that they're real straight. And then we, oh yeah, this is a good thing. So this is a servo lock spanner. So basically back in the day we used to have big levered bars that went onto this moulding machine, and you would pull them apart to do up the nut and the shaft, and what it would do would cause all this damage here to the machine because they were massive big levers. And then about 3-4 years ago we bought this servo lock spanner. So basically it's a hydraulic shaft that tightens up the nut but can't over tighten it. So Tommy will just show you now. Literally you can do it with 2 fingers and that's it, 1 click, and that nut shaft is completely tight. It stops any over tightening and obviously smashing up the inside of the machine, which is always a bonus. We hate over tightening. A lot of the machine parts are made to fail, so they're made of a softer metal than the body of the metal that they're being screwed into. So if you do over tighten them, they tend to strip the thread on the replaceable part. With this machine, there's no messing around. You can't do that. You cannot do that. It's very, very technical when it comes to trying to get nuts off of the shafts and blocks off of the shafts if they've not been done properly. So yeah, Tommy's just checking all the dimensions. So basically all of these have to line up, which when these blocks are put in, everything's made for a 125 radius diameter, 125 cutting radius, which is then programmed into the machine. And when the block's selected and the section selected, it will then tell us if there's any minor adjustments to be made, which there isn't because it's spot on. So he's just going to set the parameters now, and that machine should start moving into its CNC position, ready to take some Akoya timber sections. So all of this Akoya here has been cut up and prepped, ready to go through the moulder. Now a lot of people will put this straight in the moulder. I'm not a fan of doing that. I always like to prepare them. So we face them and edge them. Only quick, we just quickly rough them over the overhand, just to make sure that they're absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. So when the moulder picks it up and takes it through, it'll be dead straight. There'll be no bent styles or anything just forced under pressure. and then bent when it comes out the other side. So it's very very strict the way we do it. So he's just firing it up now. As you can see, it's milling the side with the profile. It's doing the bottom face. It's doing the side edge on this one. It's doing the top thickness on this one. And then the very last bottom head takes 0.5 of a millimetre off, just to make it absolutely immaculately clean. Here's the section it's just produced. How's it looking?
Just going to bring it down a tad. See, it's still quite flat. Literally,
We've got what?
less than half a mil.
0.25 of a mil adjustment, and then we're ready to run them. Let's see the section. So that's the section it produces there. So we're getting a bevel, a rebate, and the four sides all faced and edged in one pass. We'll make some final adjustments, and then we'll have a look at what it does when it's passing through that big chunk of timber there. So in the mill here we've got a load of boxes assembled, which are lovely, real nice bit of joinery. We've got some sapili and some Akoya boxes there, looking absolutely stunning. Very good joinery. I'm impressed. Who's this ringing me? Very impressed. Very impressed. I absolutely love being in the mill. It's my trade. It's my background. It's what I do, and it's what I'm good at in terms of hands-on joinery. But running the business takes me away from that, and obviously working in the mill is not where my strengths are. My strengths are in the actual working on the business, producing content, meeting clients, and getting systems up and running to the point where we're able to do good sales and hit targets and things like that. So as much as I absolutely adore being in here, you know, running the machinery, checking the stuff, which I do to a degree, it's also at the point where at a certain level you have to hand it over to good staff, good teams, because it just, you can't work on it and in it. You can split the time up a little bit, you know, maybe do 30-40% working in the business on the machines doing the work. But what I find that happens is when I get taken away to do emails, to do client meetings and things like that, it ends up being detrimental to the team, because they might not know exactly where I've left the job. So if I do come in and help them, which is rare, I'll be a hand to them as opposed to them being a hand to me. So I'll set up machines, I'll go around, I'll check things, I'll get the tooling ready for the jobs. I'll be there, not apprentice, but I'll be there job hand, as opposed to starting a job and then them not knowing where I'm at. So yeah, that's one of the difficult things about working in and on the business. It's something that you've got to differentiate between the two. But yeah, it's working really well. We have Florin there at the back. He works between milling and assembly, so he does a bit of both. Yeah, he's an absolute master craftsman when it comes to sash windows. He's very good at the care and precision that he puts into the job is unreal. He just gets it done, you know. He absolutely just gets it done, and he knows what he's doing. He's been doing it for a long time. I'll go and have a check around and see what else we can film and get hold of. I think Tommy's changing some blades. Let's just have a quick look. How are these going then? Are they?
Never had that happen before, mate.
What's happened?
You ever had that happen? Central lock, yeah.
Once before, yes. I think what it is, let's have a look. I'll come off cam and have a look and see what's going on. So we are changing this block and we've got a little bit of a problem with it. There's a tiny little mitered piece of steel here that causes these to go up when it's tightened via the grub screw, and then it presses into the block. This one here is damaged, so I'm going to go and order a new angle piece. They're tiny. I've made them before, but I've got no more little bits that I can cut one out of, and I'm not in the mood to sit there and grind bits of metal that small today. Not got the time or the effort or the energy, so I'll go and order a new wedge, and basically that goes into here. It slides in here, the wedge gets grub screwed and it pulls out, and then central locks this knife into the block, which sits there that way. So we'll go and order some parts. I might order a new block as well, because this one here, it's been on the machine for about 15 years and it's just battered. It's absolutely battered, so I might order myself a new pair of top and bottom blocks, just for the sake of safety, and they're pretty worn. So we'll get onto that today. We'll get some prices over and see what we can do with them. These are the little ones. These go on the side heads. These go on the side heads, and they play the thickness of the timber. So we'll go and have a look and see what we've got going on. In the meantime, we're going to put our old spiral system back in, which is just for roughing on the first bottom. So Tommy will test that, see what it's like, and we'll use that if needs be. They're excellent blocks, them. It's just a case of whether they need reset. So we'll test it first, see what the parameters are, and then rerun it afterwards. So yeah, with the sheer volume of work that we've got going on at the moment, we're looking at different types of expansion, whether it's into new factories or night shifts. There's lots of different options on the table, so we're just doing a bit of a recce to see what the best option is for the business. Obviously the best option for myself as well. I don't want to be doing night shifts and day shifts and monitoring that, so it will take a level of management to be able to monitor that. Loads of different things, loads of different options and ways that can be done. So we're looking into it actively at the moment. We're growing and growing and growing every day. One thing is, I don't want to overtrade, but at the same time I don't want to undertrade and give away good work. And it's not always that our clients are buying more, it's not always that we're getting more new clients. Sometimes it's our clients that are existing that are growing. So you may have an interior designer that was doing maybe 3 jobs a year, is now doing 6 jobs a year. Multiply that across the amount of designers that we've got that work with us. All of a sudden there's a growth injection needed, and it is what it is. You know, we just got to maintain it, manage it, and come up with the right solutions to see what the best option for the business is, and that's what we're doing at the moment. So we'll keep that in mind. We've got a couple of factories to look at as well. The machinery and everything's tip top. We've got all that in hand. It's just a case of making the right decisions at the right times. So this is Unit 6, where we do all of our glass and glazing, and make all of our units and do certain lead work alongside buying in lead work from Cut Glass Studio. We make all of our own units. So basically it comes in, our job sheets come in, we determine what they are, what needs to be done. Obviously we place the order. This is where all of the glass is ordered and kept on top of, and then it comes through into the glass facility, where I would say about 80% of our stuff's toughened. Oh yeah, Chris is just cutting up some glass now, so we'll have a look. He's cutting some 4mm float. So we do cut certain amounts, but 80-90% of it's done in toughened. basically the reason why we do it in toughened is just because it's safer and we don't have any floor height issues when it comes to building control. Building control state that it needs to be toughened anything below 800 to the glass line, and floor heights can change on site. Because you're just going to cut this and then break it off, so you can see how easy it is to cut a sheet of glass. Yeah, anything indoors needs to be toughened, anything adjoining doors, and anything, as I say, below 800. So sometimes when I'm on site and I'm surveying a job, the floor heights they might be ripped out. It might just be a building site with no finished floor levels, and if that floor level changes when the windows are installed, I don't always have a datum line to go to, so I can't always set out for float glass. So we just toughen pretty much everything, and then make it into our own units, gas fill them, whatever the specification needs to be. Some of the stuff is old units going into sort of existing UPVC, supply only, loads of different stuff. So it just depends on the specification really. Here's a shape job that we've done. So it's having a coach top, full hot melt, super spacer into a Georgian duplex bar. Pretty specialist stuff really. This is the kind of stuff that separates bespoke joiners from sort of production stuff. They would normally just do a square top and then plant a bead on, and you would see up inside that into the square section, whereas we like to follow our glazing bars around the sight line, so as it gives an exact profile when you're looking at the glass. We do supply only units for local glazers and people that are just doing maintenance work. So if you call us up, you can have a unit pretty much same day if it's in float, 48 hours, 24 to 48 hours if it's toughened, and that just keeps us pretty busy. These ones that Chris is cutting over here are more than likely for someone that's had an emergency and they need them done, cut, gunned up, ready for collection today. Is that an emergency job, Chris? Is that someone that's coming in for float units? Yeah. Yeah. So they've ordered these. They've ordered these today or this morning, and they need them today, so they're coming in. It's just a little service that we provide that keeps everyone's job running. Otherwise, you tend to find that if you're waiting 3, 4, 5 days for a float double glaze unit, you know, your job's stalled. You don't get paid and things like that. So the local glazing boys like the service that we provide. We don't provide it on a massive scale. We don't do it for like hundreds of different people. It's a select few that come in, and we keep their little businesses running with the emergencies that they need. And it could even be a failed unit in a PVC window that they picked up on last night or this morning, and they just need to get it done, so we get it done. We're a can-do company, so we just get it done for them. So Chris is always busy. He's flat out full time, always producing units and keeping local businesses stocked up with their glass. I'll take you up now to the office facility. It's pretty quiet up here. The lads are all sort of engaged in CAD work, quotations, producing drawings for our projects that are ongoing. So we'll have a little look. And we also have a finishing department here as well in this particular area. That's also good. I'll show you around that. So yeah, just going back to it. This is the finishing department. So we do a lot of the glazing bar prep, and all of the pulley wheels and quality checks, all that sort of stuff gets done here. I'll show you the man that does it. Here he is. So, do you want to talk, Dave? Do you want to tell him what you do? No swearing, no. We don't swear on this channel. So I was just saying that this is where we do all the prep and all the finishing and all the stuff. What is it you give us an idea on
my area.
an idea on
Finishing department.
an idea on what it is that you're
It's a bit
working on at the minute.
in here at the moment, but yeah, I put all the pulley wheels in, the brush and plastic in, the staff bead and parting bead, the vents,
All the
glaze
bars.
them, all the stick-on bar. Yes, we're really busy.
It's a big area, isn't it? It's a big improvement to being in the factory doing it with all the sort of noise and mayhem. We get in here, we can see that all the pulley wheels get put in the correct way up. We check them for defect. We check all the paint. We put all these in, all these trickle vents. We do a concealed vent and then we paint them with the same colour. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. We paint them in the same colour as the window, just so that it hides it as much as possible. Yeah, busy area. Let's have a look at the size of that window. What's that? It's got to be 2.5 metres, isn't it?
Yeah, easy.
2.5 metre sash.
The sashes weigh 35 kilo each.
35 kilo sashes. Big lumps. It's it's a busy area, this one. Busy. So basically every single item that all the staff machine, touch, assemble, gets put through to paint, and then Dave does all the quality checks. He does all the pulley wheels, the ironmongery installs. He does all the draft proofing, checks all the glass for defects, which are double, triple checked because they get checked through the glass shop when they're made as well. And then obviously it all gets batched up and ready for distribution. This particular job here, this green job, what's the name of this green? It's Studio Green, isn't it? Studio Green Faro and Bolt. This particular job here is going to it's going to Cornwall. So if you follow us on Instagram, you'll see the project that I've been doing in Cornwall. And this is the next batch of windows. They've already had 25 box sash.
Yeah.
We've already had 25 box sashes delivered.
20, yeah.
There's another 20 here, and then there's probably, I think there's 9 sets of doors, French doors. So yeah, it's super busy. It is what it is. So yeah, I'm just testing these mics out a little bit more. The one that was on was the one that was in my pocket, not the one that was on my jumper. So yeah, getting used to the technology and the difference between this DJI Osmo and the action cams that I normally operate. So sorry about that in the last few videos. It is just coming into East London now via the Eastway, and the weather is shocking, absolutely shocking. We're not getting no it's not letting up for us at all this year. It's been terrible, freezing cold, raining, real poor. Yeah, not making it easy for us at all on the installs. And anyone that does joinery installation and sort of high-end front doors, windows, you know that it just doubles the time on stuff. You know, you can't get your external finishing done, your renders, your cement joints, lime, whatever it is you may be using, even touching up paint. It's a nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare. So you just got to allow a bit of extra time on stuff. And obviously where it's so cold as well, things are not drying on time. The staff are a little bit grumpy because obviously it's freezing out, and it's just makes it a little bit miserable. In the summer it's a whole different ball game. We get to do lots of finishing in the summer. You know, you can finish it as you're fitting it, because you don't have to wait for the weather to change, dry up and things like that. So yeah, grumpy start to the year with the weather, but we're marching on, we're getting through it. We're just coming up now to Old Ford. which is just past the Olympic site. And as we go round into Bethnal Green, I'll video as we get nearer the shop. How's it going? I've been meaning to get some more filming done today because of the channel and all the other bits and pieces that I've been promising, but I just ain't had a chance. It's been so busy, like one after the other in the showroom. I literally only come over here to drop off a TV and put up some stuff and sort out a few display bits, but literally as soon as my van was pulled up outside, there's just been client after client. It is what it is. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. So yeah, sorry I didn't get as much content as I promised. You can have a look at a couple of my doors. How's that? Yeah, there's a couple of doors there, and some other bits. But yeah, it's it really is breathtaking. When I still love it, like when you put a sign up and you display some stuff, and then all of a sudden people start coming through the door. It's amazing feeling. And all of the stuff that was today, there was 5 clients, and all of them have been super serious about what they want, and they know what they want, and they've seen our stuff, and you know, some are sash windows, some are doors. It's over 100K's worth of inquiries just literally coming through the door today. So it's, yeah, honestly, it's phenomenal, and all helped along by social media and, you know, Instagram, YouTube, and everything else that we do on the platform. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. So yeah, for today, unfortunately, I didn't get as much filmed as I wanted to get, but yeah, we are cracking right on, absolutely cracking on. So I'll catch you tomorrow.